The moment my wife told me I needed to move out of my own house because her parents were coming and they don't like you, I didn't argue. I just asked myself one quiet question. When did I stop belonging in my own life? And the answer came faster than I expected. My name is Everett Whitmore. I live in Greenwich, Connecticut, in a neighborhood where every home looks intentional and every conversation sounds controlled. I'm a senior investment strategist at a private wealth firm. My wife, Lillian Whitmore, comes from a family that built its reputation long before I ever met her. Her parents, Charles and Vivian Harrington, were known for their influence, their expectations, and their ability to make people feel small without raising their voices. When Lillian and I got married, I knew I was stepping into a world that measured worth differently. But I believe something simple, that respect inside a marriage should not be negotiable. For the first year, things were manageable. Her parents were distant, polite when necessary, cold when not. They never approved of me fully, but they tolerated me. Or at least that's what I told myself. Then slowly, without any clear turning point, their presence started affecting decisions inside our home. Small things at first. What we hosted, who we invited, how often we visited them. Lillian would say things like, "It just keeps things easier." And I would agree, because relationships require compromise. At least, that's what I believed at the time. But compromise has a limit, and you don't always realize you've crossed it until you look back and can't recognize where it began. One evening, Lillian walked into the living room holding her phone. Her expression was neutral. Too neutral. "My parents are coming to stay next week," she said. "For how long?" I asked. "A couple of weeks." I nodded. That wasn't unusual. "They're going to be staying here," she added. Still not unusual. Then she paused, and that pause changed everything. "I need you to move out for a while," she said. I didn't respond immediately. Not because I didn't understand, but because I understood it too clearly. "Move out," I repeated. "Just temporarily," she said quickly. "It's easier this way." "Easier for who?" I asked. She sighed. "Everett, you know how they feel." "Yes." I did. "They don't like you," she said. And there it was. Not softened, not adjusted, just stated, as if it were a fact I should accept without question. Before we go further, I want you to think about something. If your partner asked you to leave your own home because someone else was uncomfortable with your presence, would you see that as compromise or as something else entirely? Because in that moment, I had a choice. React or understand. And I chose to understand. "What exactly are you asking me to do?" I said calmly. "Stay somewhere else," she replied. "Just until they leave." "And after that?" I asked. "Everything goes back to normal," she said. But something about that sentence didn't feel true. Because normal had already changed. "You're asking me to leave my own house," I said. "It's not like that," she replied. "It feels exactly like that," I said. She looked at me then. Not angry, not apologetic, just certain. "Everett, it's only temporary," she said. "And it matters to me." That last part was important, because it shifted the request from external pressure to personal priority. "It matters to you that I leave," I said. "It matters to me that things don't become a problem," she replied. There was again. Easier, smoother, less conflict. At my expense. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just nodded. "All right," I said. The word surprised her, because she expected resistance. "What?" she asked. "I'll leave," I said. And for the first time in the conversation, she looked uncertain. Because agreement without emotion is harder to interpret than disagreement. That night, I packed a small suitcase. Not everything, just enough. Clothes, documents, a few personal items. I moved through the house quietly, not because I was trying to avoid confrontation, but because I was paying attention to the space, to what it felt like to prepare to leave a place that was supposed to be mine. Lillian watched me from the doorway at one point. "You're really doing this," she said. "You asked me to," I replied. "That doesn't mean I expected you to just accept it," she said. "I didn't accept it," I said. "I understood it. There's a difference." The next morning, I left. No argument, no scene, just a quiet exit. I checked into a hotel 15 minutes away. The kind of place that feels temporary no matter how comfortable it is. For the first 2 days, we barely spoke. Lillian sent short messages. "Are you okay? Did you check in? Let me know if you need anything. I replied politely, briefly, because something inside me had shifted. Not emotionally, structurally. On the third day, her parents arrived. I knew because she sent a photo. All three of them sitting in the living room, smiling, comfortable, like the house had always been arranged that way. That photo stayed on my screen longer than it should have, because it showed something clearly. The house didn't need me to function, and maybe, for a while, neither did she. Before we continue, think about this. If someone can remove you from their life temporarily without disruption, what does that say about your place in that life? Because that question didn't hurt. It clarified. By the end of the first week, I had made a decision. Not impulsively, not emotionally, but logically. On the 8th day, Lillian called. "Can you come by tomorrow?" she asked. "My parents want to have dinner with you." I almost smiled, because the timing was precise. "They're ready to meet you now?" I asked. "They just want things to be smooth," she said. Of course they did. Smooth, predictable, controlled. "I won't be coming," I said. There was a pause. "What do you mean?" she asked. "I mean, I won't be coming to dinner," I replied. "Everett, don't make this difficult," she said. "I'm not," I said. "I'm just making a decision." "What decision?" she asked. "The same one you made when you asked me to leave," I said. The silence on the line felt different this time. Less certain, more aware. "What are you saying?" she asked quietly. "I'm saying that I won't be moving back," I said. That was the moment everything shifted. Not loudly, but permanently. "You're serious," she said. "Yes," I replied. "You're ending this over a temporary situation?" she asked. "No," I said. "I'm ending this over a permanent pattern." She didn't respond immediately, because patterns are harder to deny than events. "They're leaving in a week," she said. "It doesn't change what happened," I replied. "It was just for a short time," she said. "It showed me something long-term," I said. The conversation ended without resolution, because resolution requires alignment. And alignment had already broken. The following weeks were quiet, legal, structured. We didn't fight. We didn't accuse. We just moved through the process, separating things that had once been shared, until nothing was. The last time I saw Lillian, she stood in the doorway of the house. The same doorway I had walked out of weeks earlier. "I didn't think you would actually leave," she said. "I didn't think you would ask me to," I replied. And that was the truth. Not dramatic, not emotional, just accurate. Some relationships don't end because of one moment. They end because one moment reveals what has been true for a long time. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.